Hey, what's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? California Flippy here, bringing you guys a brand new video. And I know I'm on a roll a little bit. I'm making a lot more videos than I usually do, and that's the way I want to keep it. I want to keep pumping out this content and bringing you guys knowledge and value, and hopefully help you guys out and grow your eBay business, or at least get you started, right? So I thought of a video idea while I was out sourcing. I drove about 30 minutes south to some Goodwills and some Salvation Armies to try and get some inventory because my area is pretty dry. Probably because the big sale that just happened, 50% off, 75% off store wide in the Salvation Army, excuse me. And so I tried to switch it up and go to a couple other stores. Didn't really find much. So I wanted to answer a question that a lot of resellers ask is like, what do I do? How do I get more inventory when my prices at my thrift stores are too high, or when the thrift stores just don't really have much? So I'm going to give a couple pointers on how to help you guys out, what I used in the past and what I currently use, not right now, but what I plan on doing here pretty soon, because it is starting to get kind of dry. So, but I have experience with this, so and I'll share that with you here shortly, with my experience with what I'm about to tell you. So the number one tip, I'm going to give you guys about 3 to 4 tips here. So make sure you're jotting down, or just remember them. So the number one tip that I can give you guys as new resellers, or just reseller in general, is pick a niche. Pick 1 to 2 niches and get really good at them. And the reason for this is so you can have straight focus on one category or 2 categories, and then instead of being kind of scatterbrained, especially when you're new, trying to do several things at once, you're never going to really get good at something if you're just or master something if you're in like 10 to 15 different categories. Now when you're more seasoned and you mastered clothing and shoes, and then you add on electronics, and then you add on video games, whatever it is, I kind of that's just my opinion. I've heard it from bigger resellers too that told me try to focus on one niche, 2 max. I do 2 niches right now, kind of dabbling in 3 right now. I do shoes and men's clothing. Those are the main things that I look for. Those are the things I hunt for, and I'll get into what I'm about to do pretty soon here shortly. So that's rule number 1 and tip number 1, pick a niche. Pick 1 to 2 niches. Really, if you're brand new, I would say pick 1, get really good at it, something that you're interested in, and then add on a second, and so on and so forth. And yeah, second tip, a lot of resellers don't talk about this, and I don't know why, but when thrift stores prices are too high, or there's just not much inventory, I feel like it's our responsibility as people that are on YouTube, people that make YouTube videos and have a little bit of experience reselling, should share more knowledge instead of just showing what you sold, how much you're making and stuff like that. I wanted to make this channel to bring more value to the community and help new resellers out on questions that I don't feel are really getting answered properly in the resale community. So step number 2, rule number 2, is running ads on Facebook and OfferUp and Craigslist, and pretty much anywhere you could put the ad at. Now, I mean whatever your niche is. That's why it's very important to have a niche or 2 niches that you want to master and get really good at. And say you're doing clothing, like me for example. Everybody knows what Facebook Marketplace. If you don't know what Facebook Marketplace is, it's a marketplace inside of Facebook where you can go sourcing or you can sell things. So anyways, go into Facebook Marketplace, create an ad first saying, hey, for example, hey, I'm looking for men's shoes. And then of course put your description, your expectations, how much you're willing to pay, let them know what you do, all that good stuff, right? Run that ad. Like if you were to sell something on Facebook, list it like that. Like if you were to sell something, and it's going to show inside the whole marketplace that you're looking for men's shoes. So people are going to reach out to you and say, hey, I got 10 pairs of used shoes. And then you'd be like, oh, cool, send me pictures, and maybe I could come, see them if they're local or whatever. But you could just have them send you pictures or whatever. And so that's one way. And then run that ad through OfferUp, LetGo, Craigslist, Facebook, like I said, wherever you can list it, where you can buy inventory. And so yeah, that's rule number 2. And that's like the key thing. A big reseller told me, and that I learned from a webinar that I watched, is thinking outside the box and not relying on just the thrift stores and Goodwills and Salvation Army and stuff like that. Excellent places to get inventory, but you got to remember, they're not in the business to make us money, us resellers. So they're in the business to make their own money. So they're not in it to make us money. So you got to remember that. You got to start thinking outside the box. I know right where I'm at, it's raining and stuff, so I can't go to garage sales, flea markets, and things like that. So what I do when it's dry, I'll run an ad on Facebook, through Craigslist, through OfferUp, saying what I'm looking for in particular, and that's going to save you a lot of time. You're going to have people come to you. It's like almost a guarantee. It's like 100% guarantee. You're going to have people messaging you that are interested. Maybe it's a reseller that's trying to get rid of stuff. Maybe it's just somebody that has a lot of shoes that they're trying to get rid of, or clothing, whatever it is. Back then, real quick story, I used to run ads for VCRs and DVD combos. I don't do it no more, but I did a couple months ago, and I would have people coming to me with 5 to 10 VCRs, 2, 3 at a time, and that would save me a lot of time to not have to go out to thrift stores and travel and try and find VCRs and asking managers and just driving place to place to try to find 1 or 2 VCRs. I'd have them come to me, or I'd go pick them up. So do that. That's rule number 2, step number 2. Number 3, this one is something nobody really talks about. Like I said, I want to try and bring more value to the community than any other channel. That's why I'm doing this. A lot of secrets too. A lot of resellers, we all talk about stuff like this in private, in webinars and things like that, and private messages. And the reason for this is, I don't really know the reason for it. I really don't care. It's really to help other sellers. That's what I want to do. So the number 3 thing is storage unit and buying, or contacting buyers that sell and buy storage units. The reason for that is a lot of storage unit buyers don't really sell shoes or clothing. They usually want the bigger stuff, the more profitable stuff. So they'll end up dumping the clothing and shoes and throw it away. So if you get in contact with some storage unit buyers and you tell them, hey, I'll buy the clothing and shoes off you, whatever, and they'll sell to you dirt cheap because they're going to throw it anyways, but at least they can make some money off it. So you go pick it up and all that good stuff. Same with books and all that stuff, whatever you're doing. So that's rule number 3. And how do you get in touch with storage unit buyers? Really, it depends. Like people that, if you go to flea market and stuff, most of the people, at least in my area in California, most of them, like 80 to 90%, probably like 90% of them buy from storage units. So that's a connection right there. You get in with them, and they can show you, or not show you, they could tell you when they get clothing and shoes and stuff like that. So that's rule number 3. A lot of people don't talk about, and it's pretty much a secret. So I just broke the secret right there. So smash the like button. All right. So that's number 3. I'm looking down because I wrote the notes. Number 4, this is crucial, guys. This is very, very crucial in your reselling business, is building relationships with managers and other resellers. Let me explain. So with me, for example, let me just give an example since I'm the one talking about it. Like with my Salvation Army, I can go in there and I get discounts. I don't ask for them. I just get discounts just because I go in there often. The managers know me, and like the employees know me. So I'll go to ring up, and they'll give me discounts on it. So that's pretty cool. Now, that's because I built a relationship with them, and I'm very nice, and I'm polite, and I'm very clean in there. I don't just scatter through everything. So it's all about how you approach it. Approaching a manager saying, hey, when you guys pulling out the racks, can I check what you guys have out? Sometimes they'll give you backroom access, or they'll pull the rack out, and you're usually not allowed to look on the rack and stuff because they're putting it out, and that's their job to put it on the racks. They'll tell you, hey, you can't do that, but when you build a relationship with them, they don't really trip, and they see you all the time. So really, that's rule number 4, is building a relationship with managers and other resellers too. Some resellers just do vintage clothing or just shoes or toys, whatever they do. And if you build a relationship with some resellers, they can keep an eye out for that, for shoes and clothing, and you can keep an eye out for other things. Or maybe they have a lot of stuff that they could sell you, or they have a connection that can get you more clothing or more shoes. So building relationship with managers and other resellers, that is tip number 4. And I hope these tips helped you guys out. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below and I'll be happy to answer them. I know this video is going to help some of you guys out, and if you're new, please subscribe. This is like my whole purpose, my whole journey on YouTube, is to really help you guys and answer a lot of the questions that I feel is not really being answered properly and in depth. So if I missed anything, or if you need me to explain anything a little better, please let me know. Follow me on Instagram, CaliforniaFlipper_, and I post a lot of content on there, a lot of bolo items and good content every day. Another video coming tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.